On January 24th, 2003, the lights inside the United Center dimmed for one last time as a player walked off its hardwood floor. That player was Michael Jordan. More than 2 decades later, the echoes of that night still live in Chicago's rafters, not just in championship banners, but in the DNA of the building itself. And in 2026, that DNA pulsed through a completely different spectacle. Because when WWE rolled back into Chicago for Elimination Chamber, this wasn't just another premium live event. This was a billion-dollar sports entertainment empire tapping directly into the heartbeat of a city. And at the center of it all, a tribute to his airness, a $16.67 billion giant returns to Chicago. The company behind the spectacle is TKO Group Holdings, the publicly traded powerhouse born for the merger of WWE and UFC under endeavor. Valued at $16.67 billion, TKO isn't short on resources. But this wasn't about money. This was about intention. The same company that brought SummerSlam to the United Center in 1994, the arena's first major event, returned decades later for Elimination Chamber. And they didn't just bring pyrotechnics and production trucks. They brought Chicago's history with them. CM Punk channels the Bulls dynasty. If you're going to headline in Chicago, you don't just walk to the ring. You enter like royalty. CM Punk, Chicago's own, made sure of that. Before he defended the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, before he stepped in a battle against Finn Balor, he gave fans something unforgettable. The arena went dark. Then the opening notes of Sirius hit. Sirius by the Alan Parsons Project, the iconic anthem of the 1990 Chicago Bulls dynasty, thundered through the speakers. For Chicago fans, that song isn't just music, it's championships. It's 6 rings. It's dominance. It's Jordan. The giant jumbotron lit up with visuals that mirrored the rolling championship banners from the rafters. The feeling was deliberate, nostalgic, electric, and then came the masterstroke. The legendary Bulls PA announcer Ray Clay, the voice who introduced Jordan during the Bulls' golden era, delivered Punk's introduction that IT wasn't just wrestling anymore. IT was Chicago mythology reborn. There's a statue of Michael Jordan right over there after successfully defending his title. Punk reflected on the moment during the post-show that he admitted he had goosebumps, that he spoke about the connection between Sirius and the building, about how the song had once ushered in the most dominant dynasty in NBA history, about how there's literally a statue of Michael Jordan standing outside the arena. And most importantly, he talked about the people. When I say the people behind me, I mean the entirety of Chicago. Just like Jordan once did, Punk delivered in the spotlight. He defended his championship. He extended his reign. And now, for the first time in his career, he heads to WrestleMania as champion in Chicago. That means something. The Jordan effect. Everywhere you look, but this wasn't just Punk's tribute. Michael Jordan's presence dominated the night. Trick Williams makes his claim. Rising star Trick Williams didn't shy away from invoking greatness. On what happens when you get Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Mike Ditka at the same place at the same time. That's not subtle, that's Chicago bravado. Williams was part of the Elimination Chamber main event, 6 competitors fighting for supremacy. And even as he touted himself as the future of the business, he understood something crucial. In Chicago, you align yourself with MJ if you won the crowd. The sneaker statement LA Knight took it even further. He stepped into the arena wearing shoes modeled after the legendary Air Jordan 12 flu game sneakers. A nod to Jordan's iconic 38-point performance in Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals. IT wasn't just fashion, IT was symbolism, toughness, resilience, greatness under pressure. Even Javon Evans showed his respect upon entering the arena, tapping into the same Chicago legacy that loomed over the night. Becky Lynch and the kayfabe connection. Then there was Becky Lynch. Never one to miss an opportunity, Lynch leaned fully into the mythology that in the days leading up to the event, she claimed that a certain former Chicago basketball player who dominated at the United Center and won many rings called to wish her luck. She didn't say the name outright, but she didn't need to. "Thanks, Michael," she declared at a fan in the crowd, even held up a sign reading, "Becky Lynch is the greatest to ever do it." Michael Jordan says. Of course, There's no public record of Jordan endorsing Lynch. But in WWE, reality bends to narrative. And that's the magic. Kayfabe thrives on exaggeration. And invoking Jordan's name in Chicago, that's nuclear heat, whether you're a hero or a villain. Why it worked: anyone can license a song. Anyone can book an arena. Anyone can print merchandise. But understanding the emotional language of a city, that's different. Michael Jordan represents more than basketball in Chicago. He represents excellence as identity, a standard, a swagger. By weaving that into Elimination Chamber, TKO didn't just stage a wrestling event. They staged a cultural crossover, a tribute, a business masterclass, a reminder that sports legacies never stay confined to one sport. The lasting impact: more than 20 years after his final game in Chicago, Michael Jordan remains the city's measuring stick. Wrestlers reference him. Fans chant for him. His theme song still shakes the building. The banners may belong to basketball. The belts may belong to wrestling. But greatness? That still belongs to Jordan. And on this night at the United Center, in front of a roaring Chicago crowd, a $16.67 billion enterprise proves something powerful. If you want Chicago's heart, you honor his airness.